Welcome you all for video lecture series of structural design 1. So particularly we are going to start. So today is bit number 4 of A part, that is design of laterally supported beam, and B part is design of laterally unsupported beam. So starting with this design of laterally supported beam is nothing but what are the torsional which may taking place on the top flange. If you take the example related to a roll steel section, so top flange which buckling may taking place due to the bending, and also we are going to check here in the design of laterally supported beam, that is check for web buckling and check for web crippling. So whatever the roll steel section is having a top flange under the buckling, so that related to laterally supported beam, and roll steel section having bottom flange which related to unsupported, means whatever the torsional restraint may taking place in the respective top and bottom flange. So starting with this laterally unsupported beam, again there are two types of numerical may ask in the examination. So first is analysis basis and next one is design basis. So whatever this numerical is related to analysis basis. Analysis is nothing but whatever the design properties are given with us. From that we are going to check the deflection and to find out the load. So whatever the UDL, uniformly distributed load W. And second type of numerical is a design basis. So design basis means here whatever the load UDL or point load which is already given with us, and from that we are going to find out the dimension, or we can put as a cross-sectional area for respective section. So starting with the first design of laterally supported beam. So statement: a simply supported beam of L effective 6 meter is made up of ISLB. ISLB is nothing but the Indian standard light weight beam, 325 at the rate 422.81 Newton per meter. So grade of steel Fe410 Newton per mm square. Determine the maximum UDL load, that is it can be withstand to be set. And here we are going to assume the flange is laterally supported. So whatever the roll steel section having flange is top flange which is related to laterally supported beam. Then dealing with this solution, first of all write down the given data. So L effective length is given, that is 6000 mm, 6 meter. Fu is equal to 410 MPa. Fi is equal to 250 MPa. Gamma m0 is 1.1, gamma m1 is 1.25. Then by using this cross section, that is whatever the Indian standard lightweight beam, ISLB is 325 at the rate 422.8 Newton per meter, which having the properties. Area is 5490 mm. So all these properties we have taken from the steel table. So where depth of I section is 325 mm, H1 is equal to 266.5 mm. Width of flange of this I section 165 mm is given. Thickness of flange is 9.8 mm. Thickness of web is 7 mm. R1 distance which is given from the ISLB 325 from steel table, this 16 mm. Then moment of inertia about z axis, or which is equal to moment of inertia about x axis will be the same. It is 9874.6 into 10 to the power 4 mm raised to 4. And this section modulus along z axis, ZPZ is equal to 687.76 into 10 to the power 3 mm cube. So this section modulus we are going to note down from the annexure H of IS 800/2007 of page number 138. So remember, this value is not included in the properties of ISLB 300. This value we are going to take the annex H of page number 138. Then next step to, first of all, we are going to consider or assume our condition or case is related to low shear case. and second one is high shear case. Our assumption is low shear case. So for this low shear case, so moment design or bending moment is equal to MD beta B into ZpZ into Fy divided by gamma m0. For that we are going to find out the value of this ZpZ. We know that we have taken this from the NXH. Then second step for this solution is classification of cross section. So first is df by 2 divided by thickness of flange. So 165 divided by 2 or divided by 9.8 is the thickness of flange. So answer is 8.4, which is less than 9.4 times of epsilon. Then section is plastic section. Then second criteria to check h1 divided by thickness of web. So 266.5 divided by 7. So answer is 38.7, less than equal to 84 times of epsilon. So whole section will be the plastic. Means for this particular example, we are going to design the top flange, bottom flange and the web as a plastic section. So whole section we are going to design as a plastic section. For respect to plastic section, so beta B value will be the 1. Then so design moment MD is equal to beta B is 1, ZpZ is already we have taken from the properties 687.76 into 10 to the power 3. Here Fy is 250 and divided by gamma m0 is 1.1. So MD value will be the 156.30 kilonewton meter. Then by equating the bending moment and design bending moment, so design bending moment is 156.30 into 10 to the power 6 equal to WL square by 8. That is bending moment. Here we are going to find out the factor load. That is W is equal to 34.73 kilonewton per meter. So this is factor load is there. From that we are going to find out the service load. So remember, service load is nothing but the factor load divided by 1.5. So answer will be the 23.15 kilonewton per meter. Then third step related to this design to find out the shear force. Here we are going to find out the factor or maximum shear force WL by 2. So where W is 34.73 and length is 6 meter divided by 2. So shear force will be the 104.19 kilonewton. So we can consider as a VU also. Then our condition is low shear. So VD is equal to shear area. So this shear area is related to the web section. For example, this top flange, bottom flange, and what are this intermediate section between two flanges known as web, and this is the area of shear, and shear is related to only web section. So here we are going to take the area of web. So depth of high section is 325 and thickness of web is 7. So this area of shear or shear area AB into Fy is 250 divided by under root of 3 into gamma m0 is 1.1. So answer is 298.51 kilonewton. Next we are going to satisfy the next condition or criteria 0.6 times of design shear VD. So 179.10 kilonewton, which is greater than VU 104.19 kilonewton. Then it is set under the low shear condition, or whatever the condition we assume, that is low shear condition. So it is here satisfied according to this criteria. Next is check for web buckling. So check for web buckling is denoted or designated by the FWB, where B is a buckling, W is a web, and F is a force or strain. So FWB is equal to, here we are going to take the area, so B into TW into FCD, where FCD is a design compressive stress. So here we are going to find out the FCD value by using lambda is equal to Kn by R. Here this ratio we are going to take, that is 2.45 times of B1 divided by TW, thickness of web, or this can be note down same 2.45 times of H1 divided by TW. So lambda will be the 93.28. So according to that we are going to do the interpolation by knowing these values. So K by R 90 and 100. So in between we have find out the value of slenderness ratio 93.28. For that we are going to find out the respective answer. So 90 value will be the 121, 100 value for A4 is 107, and our FCD value is 116.41 MPa. So by referring the table number 9C, because for this particular I section will be falling in the Buckley class C. So table number 9C, so FCD value will be the 116.41 MPa. Then here we are going to find out the B. So here B is equal to, you can call it as a B dash also, plus H by 2. So here B is nothing but the stiff bearing length for this I section. We are going to assume 100 plus H is 325 divided by 2. So answer will be the 262.5 mm. So we get, so check for web buckling is equal to FWB is equal to 262.5 into thickness of web is 7 multiply FCD value is 116.41. So check for web buckling is equal to 213.90 kilonewton, which is greater than the 104.90 shear force, or we can call it as a V also. So it is safe against the check for web buckling. Next, check for web crippling, that is FWC. C stands for crippling. So FWC is equal to effective cross sectional area into F W divided by gamma m0. Before that, we are going to find out the effective cross sectional area. A is equal to B1 into TW, where B1 is again, we are going to assume B is 100 plus N1, that is dispersion. N1 is nothing but the 2.5 times of 9.8 plus 16. So here thickness of flange plus R1 distance for this respective ISLB 325. So answer is, or formula is 2.5 times of thickness of flange plus R1. So answer will be the 164.5 mm. By substituting all values in, check for web crippling. FWC is equal to 261.70 kilonewton, and which is greater than. So whatever the maximum shear force 104.90 kilonewton. So it is again safe under the check for web crippling. The last step is to check the deflection limits. So deflection limit first of all consists of, we are going to find out the deflection actual. So deflection actual is equal to 5 divided by 384 times of WL raised to 4 divided by E into I, where W is a UDL load. So that we are going to take the service load. Service load we are going to take, that is W is equal to 23.50 kilonewton per meter. Here is a effective length 6 meter is given in the numerical statement, where E is equal to 2 into 10 to the power 5 elasticity of modulus. I is the moment of inertia about Z axis. So already we have taken or mentioned in the properties. So by substituting all values, so actual deflection will be the 19.78 mm, and that we are going to check by deflection allowed up to what extent. So span divided by 242, span divided by 300. So this is the range is given, that is by substituting span is 6000 mm is 6 meter divided by 242, 6 meter divided by, or 6000 divided by 300. So range is deflection allowed in the range of 20 to 25. So our answer is 19.78, means which is less than 20. So it is safe under the deflection limit. So this is the numerical overall related to design of laterally supported beam. So in next lecture we are going to design the laterally unsupported beam. So thank you.